do another test here. So, over the past, since really starting the podcast, learning more and more each episode pretty much from all these guests, I have gotten really into scrapes. Wouldn't say scrape hunting yet, still working on that process of it. But I like to find them. You know, everyone likes to find scrapes, but I like to play around with them a little bit, put different scents in it, maybe I'll pee in it, put set in the scrape and nothing on the licking branch, or vice versa. So I'm going to be doing that. I have two scrapes that I found right next to each other. Has a lot of deer activity on it, a lot of doe in the area, and then the buck come around, obviously. So I'm going to be, one scrape is going to have buck fever synthetic in it, and the other one is going to have code blue in it. But I'm putting one trail camera over it, so it captures everything at once, no discrepancies, probably 3 photo burst, and see what happens. This is where I'm going to be putting trail camera, probably put it back here on one of these trees. The trail that comes out right here, scrape is right there, and there's actually one over there too. I'll freshen them both up, make them the same size, and just let the camera soak facing both of these. I sprayed it more than just one, so here you can see they broke that off a little bit. I'm gonna spray it on that, spray it on the leaves behind there. I'm gonna spray it down here too. All right, so now I'm gonna be putting code blue in this scrape that I just freshened up, and putting some pre-orbital gland on this right here. If you guys have ever looked at code blue, the grave digger, it's actually dirt that smells like what you put down normally. And all I do is go like this. That's it. Now this is the code blue pre-orbital gland. It just looks like a deodorant stick, really. You can just wipe it on it. You don't have to put a lot on, but if you want to put more on, you can. Now, I know a lot of people use gloves, but it's May right now, so I mean, I'll actually put it inside the hole right there and put it around it a little bit. Brush on some of the leaves. I have buck fever in this one right here with the licking branch, and then I have code blue in that one with the licking branch right there. Camera right there. All right, so the camera's set. Tideweed camera's set up. Hopefully it gets a little bit of sun. There's a lot of cover right here, but it is at 100% right now. It has batteries in it. It has solar panel set up. So hopefully it lasts till July or August, and we'll see how buck fever and code blue match up against each other with the scrapes that are right next to each other. We'll see. All right, so it is August 6th. I'm gonna pull the Tideweed camera that I had over the scrapes right behind me. I will show you guys what I got on camera, which one they're hitting first off, which one's the buck fever, code blue, or the one that I left nothing in. It's really thick in here right now, but the trail is very, very visible of what they're using, and it looks like a lot of them are coming back in here. These dang bugs. Hate summer scouting, but you gotta do it. But this spot, as you can see, is open compared to everything else around me. So we'll see what's on it, guys. All right, so I started this test back in May. I just wanted to do a test just to see if certain scents attracted different kind of deer or different size buck in general, see which ones attracted more and brought in more activity. So from what I saw, buck fever seems like the licking branch. Obviously right now was summertime, from May till August now. It's their velvet's going in, their racks are going, as you can see in the video here. But it seems like the buck fever forehead gland seems to have gotten more attraction to it than the Code Blue preorbital gland did. If it focuses here, I'll just... But this is what it is right here. So it definitely... The forehead gland worked a lot better than the preorbital Code Blue, it seems like. There was one buck that really licked the licking branch on the Code Blue one. But on the Code Blue, I will say that it seemed like they really liked to smell the Gravedigger dirt in it. So that is something that I was not thinking about, to be honest with you, because obviously in the summer they don't really like to do anything. I did have, as you can see in the one video, the one picture, he came back a few times. That nice body buck came through, and it looked like he was preparing to pee in the scrape, all that kind of stuff. But that was the buck fever one. So from what I noticed in this is that I didn't see any doe, and I had a lot of pictures of doe and young ones coming through. I did not see any doe really checking the scrape, doing the licking branch, all that kind of stuff. It was mostly just buck, and mostly, from what I could tell, it wasn't the young buck that were really hitting it. It was the more mature, maybe 2.5. I know a lot of people saying 2.5 isn't very mature, but from that 2.5 to possibly 5, 6.5, we're hitting the scrapes around this time. This has a lot of doe action in it, so I definitely think that this is going to be a really good rut spot, even pre-rut, post-rut, all that kind of stuff. A lot of young fawns walking through here too. Really big mama doe walking through, and not a single one of these doe hit the scrape. So that was pretty cool to see that. But what I'm going to do now, since I put out this summertime one, after season summertime, I'm going to put this camera back out there. I'm going to hang a little higher because I don't know. I know there was a climber here last year around this time, so I'm going to put it out there again, but I'm going to put a little higher so the guy can't see it. I'm going to put the scent back in the scrapes, and hopefully I can get a buck off it, or maybe that guy will get one. We'll see. But hopefully this helps you kind of decide what scent to use. I would recommend using the buck fever forehead gland and the Gravedigger to go together in the scrapes, because it seems like that's a good combo. So I might try that in the big scrape where that was originally buck fever. I think I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to put Gravedigger in the scrape itself, and then buck fever forehead gland on the licking branch. I'm excited to see what happens, guys. See it.